And if you can all stand, please stand and stop what you're doing. If you are busy doing something else, we're about to call the meeting to order. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of St. Lucia. Thank you very much. Please remain standing for our opening prayer, which will be done by Sister Flora Renee.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, before you I come this afternoon, dear Heavenly Father, to thank you for the opportunity of bringing us here this afternoon as a group. I pray, eternal Lord, that your blessings will be upon us this afternoon, and whatever that will be said or done here today will be done for your honor and for your glory. I pray, eternal Lord, that you will continue to give us the guidance that we need. You continue to lead us, dear Lord, in the direction that you want us to go, eternal Lord. I pray for the speaker this afternoon. I pray that you will bless her. You will continue to be with her, eternal Lord. Also for Dr. Hile, I pray for your blessings upon him. I pray for guidance and protection for him. And dear Lord, just take full control of the gathering here this afternoon and just continue to bless us, dear Lord. In Jesus' most holy name I pray.
Thank you, Sister Flora, for helping us approach the throne of grace with all humility. And now we sing the party song, The Red Flag. I don't see any takers. Okay, I don't see any takers to raise the song. So you're left with me. The people's flag is deepest red, it marches all our martyrs dead, and lives amid roses and gold, their hearts are dying every fold. Then raise their standards, standard high, we'll lead the shade, we'll live and die. No cowards flinch and traitors snare, we'll keep the red flag flying there. It's waved upon our infant's life, waved at the blazing darkest night. This quickest man will never fall. We must change its color now. Then raise the scarlet standard high. We live in shade, we live and die. Those cowards flinch and traitors snare, we'll keep the red flag flying there. It will revolve to triumph past, it gives the hope of peace and last. The banners bright, the symbols plain, of human rights and human gain. When race is scarlet standard high, we'll need the shade, we'll live and die. Though cowards flinch and traitors snare, we'll keep the red flag flying there. With heads uncovered, strong shall be our watchman. Though and raise the standard scarlet high, we need a shade, we'll live and die. Through coward's flinch and traitor snare, we'll keep the red flag flying here. Hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Thank you very much, and you can now sit. First Deputy Leader and Parliamentary Representative for Castries South, Dr. Ernest Hilaire. Honorable Emma Hippolyte, Parliamentary Rep for Soufrière Force-Jacques. Honorable Dr. Virginia Albert Poyot, Parliamentary Rep for Barbano. Our esteemed guest speaker, Senator Lisa Jarahir, Speaker of the House of Parliament, Mr. Claudius Francis, other specially invited, His Excellency, before I go there, His Excellency just arriving, Mr. Peter Lansico, Comrade Peter Lansico. And arriving is the General Secretary, Mr. Leo Clark. Woo! Other specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen of Cicero, Fouacho, Barca Joseph, Marigot, the entire Castries South constituency, welcome. My name is Alison Pascal, and I am from the constituency that gave St. Lucia 2 Olympic medals. I walk daily in the footsteps of the fastest woman in the world. And I will take you through today's proceedings. And to give welcome remarks from this most famous constituency, I now invite Comrade Claude Paul to welcome you.
Thank you, Sister Alison Pascal. Allow me to adopt the protocol, having been already, established, etc., and, in the interest of time. But, it's always good to see all of you here, and it's my distinct pleasure to invite you, to welcome you here to this open session of our annual general meeting. It is our honor to serve as members of the executive in this constituency. And during these past years, we have seen a number of successful activities undertaken in various parts of the Castries South constituency. But there were also some challenges in trying to do everything that was required of us as a group. Of course, we were elected a year ago, and we have had regular meetings, and we have executed and planned activities in support of our parliamentary representative, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, who incidentally is the acting prime minister this week until tomorrow. So let's give him a clap for that. Of course, the executive has been fully supported in our work by the staff of the constituency office, and I want to single out the Malaika, Giselle, Sherian, and Glenn, also known as Baggio, for their hard work and commitment to the cause of serving the people of Central Castries and the supporters of our party. Castries South, my apologies for that. So don't clap for that one. Now, I want to remind you that Dr. Hilaire is one of the hardest working government ministers and has a tremendous responsibility for the portfolios of tourism, investment, culture, which includes carnival, by the way, information broadcasting. His duties includes extensive traveling, but somehow he finds the time and energy to be present at all our planned activities. At funerals, at church services, lunches, official functions. He also finds time to visit people in their homes and attend to their needs on constituency days. This level of commitment and service is what inspires us to serve on the executive, as we are confident that our representative is doing all in his power to improve the lives of the people in all parts of the constituency, from Cemetery, Fulasho, Tunnel Road, Tumaflit, Tapio, Latok, Goodlands, Cicero and its environs, including Monkey Tongue, soon to be called Juju Tongue, Basse Joseph, Marigo, and all the areas in between. So, brothers and sisters, I won't have to speak very long this afternoon, but I want us on our executive to continue to work with Dr. Hiller for the next year, and we call on you to support us in carrying out our responsibilities. We look forward to your support in whatever way you can, whether it's by showing up for activities, participating in events, when you're read as many times as you can, donating your time in helping out, and of course, voting for Dr. Hiller in the next election. We have never stopped campaigning because our campaign is the work that we do. We count on your support as we organize and mobilize for victory. So I want to just introduce the members of our executive. Of course, as chairperson, your humble servant, Claude Paul. We have our vice chair, Jakim Daniel. Is he here? Give him a clap, please. Even if he's not there, he'll hear. Our secretary, Alison Mondesi. Our PRO, Claudius Macombi. Our youth officer, Benji Eugene, who is the one on the console over there, working hard. Our women's officer, Alison Pascal, who is serving as master of ceremonies. And of course, we have our reps from the different areas. F1, Troy Xavier. Most of you will not know who that is. He's better known as Ratty. Big up, Ratty. Of course, we have Malaika Girard from F2 and Cookie Shalmain from F3. So this is the members of our executive, just for you to know that we have a group of committed persons to serve the constituency as we move forward next year. And from the next few weeks, we'll be going on the ground in a more significant way to make sure that we do what is necessary to return this constituency to the St. Lucia Labour Party and to perhaps us continue having Dr. Hiller as the representative for this very special community, as we said, the home of Julian Alfred. Of course, next week is Juju Week, and we also invite you to come and support the activities where you can, because, you know, from the motorcade to everything else, to the unveiling of the mural and what have you. I'm sure Dr. Hiller will speak a lot more during his address. And of course, our distinguished guest speaker, welcome to Castries South. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention. Welcome, everyone.
Put your hands together for our chairman of our constituency council, Mr. Claude Paul, Comrade Paul. Thank you so much for reminding me that. Thank you so much. I'll get the correction. Don't you worry. For reminding me that we are actually in the presence of the current acting Prime Minister. So let's put our hands together for Dr. Hiller, working hard as usual. I just want to say a short story. We just had our closed session, and during our closed session, we had a question and answer, and we had moments of highs and lows and tears, people so grateful for the work that Dr. Hiller is doing in the constituency. But one story stood with me, or rather, one story was repeated, the theme was repeated, and that is, I have some complaints, but very few. And how many parliamentary reps ever could have such a reception? Dr. Hilaire, thank you once again. We are at the point where we would like to invite members of the government, parliamentary reps, and other well-wishers to bring fraternal greetings to our constituency. May I start? Ladies first. And they are first today. They are first in the baton, and they are also first in coming. They were on time. I would like to invite Sister Honorable Dr. Virginia Albert to the podium.
Mama ileba. Hot lazot fouet. So they like a chauffeur, mais hot still fouet. Let me take this opportunity to bring greetings from the Babono constituency to the parliamentary rep and constituents of Castries South. I am here to bring greetings and to wish Castries South all the best. At this point, I want to recognize our parliamentary rep for Castries South, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, Deputy Political Leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party and Acting Prime Minister of St. Lucia. So you have three hats, but the one I like is the Acting Prime Minister. So we will have an emergency cabinet meeting for some CDP this afternoon. Okay, so the people of Babono wants to identify and express solidarity with our colleagues in this constituency. And for you in Castries South, you are listening, you are following social media, you are listening to the radio, and you know your parliamentary rep is the much sought after rep. Everybody wants that rep. Everybody has something to say about Ernest Hilaire. When I tune on my radio, it's Ernest Hilaire. My television is Ernest Hilaire. Social media is Ernest Hilaire. I think you should give yourself a round of applause for having such a popular man to represent you. And I said, no matter what they do, I know the UWP have been fighting night and day, tooth and nail, and they cannot remove the word Ernest Hilaire in their mouth. Well, you cannot put a good man down. There is no way. And remember, the people in Castries South, you form that wall around Ernest Hilaire. Zot ki meteila, exe zot ki kay kiteila, person pasa touche. And he has the full support of the Prime Minister and his cabinet colleagues with him. The battle is on. And when you get good governance, some people are not used to good governance. They don't like that. And they will fight to see if they can change that. The people in Castries South, you must never forget that this is the constituency of the great man, George F.L. Charles. That is the rock of labor. And Honorable Ernest Hilaire is walking in his shoes. he has to live up to the legacy of George F.L. Charles. You have a parliamentary rep, as was stated earlier, who is a hard-working man. He is actually around the mecca of the economy in terms of activities that will generate revenue for this country. And the Ministry of Tourism, the Ministry of Culture, the ministry involved in investment, this is the ministry that is generating the revenue so that we can get money to pay a lot of the debt that the last government left there for us. Avant nous chambler l'argent, nous payer dette chasne quitter là. Avec tourism investment, c'est là nous pour chambler l'argent. And I want you to understand that your parliamentary rep is up and about to ensure that he gives full support to the Prime Minister so that we can keep this country on the track. They have started stories about CIP. Well, I don't see where they pee. Yo ble nou di CIP. Yo ble nou gade kote yo kapise. Moi pa ka gade ko yo kapise. We need the CIP money for us to improve the quality of life for all St. Lucians. And we will fight and we will defend it. The people in Babono, they're talking about roads. They're talking about this. Where will the Prime Minister collect money? Yes, we collect taxpayers' money. But investors that come to the country, they are helping us develop this country. And those of you who heard of the Prime Minister of Dominica and what they have done with CIP money to help the people in Dominica, we have to use that money to help our people and improve the quality of life for them. I want you to give support to your parliamentary rep. And your parliamentary rep is a fighter. He's a hustler. And he's not backing down. Souvle en fight se pick hile. Ou ka jwen goumen. All right? And he is representing you well. He's representing you very well, not just in his ministry, but in cabinet. And I know all the communities in Castries South. Ma papa si se Monkey Town, ebe ki kalte town. Lawton he le kapale asu Bassin Joseph. I could attend se place la, and where he wants this, and where he wants that, and where he wants road. Every single minister is fighting for them to improve the quality of life for their constituent. And your parliamentary rep is doing an excellent job. Put your hands together for Honorable. Hot fwet. Clap, 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 clap. Oui. So he's doing a great job in representing you, and I ask you to continue to support him. Continue to organize and mobilize, because victory is on the horizon. We are not turning back. We are not going back. We are moving forward, and we will continue to put you first. Hep, hep. Hep, hep. Labor forever.
Let me hear you say it. Labor forever. Labor forever. There is no doubt that we have good governance and we should strive to keep it. Absolutely not. I'd like to invite to the podium at this time Honorable Emma Hippolyte, Parliamentary Rep for Soufrière for Seja.
Castries South, good afternoon. I want to recognize members of the head table, the man of the hour, Dr. Hilaire. I want to recognize our General Secretary, Mr. Leo Clark, Brother Leo Clark. I want to recognize our guest speaker, Sister Lisa. I want to recognize in a big way our chairman of the two chairpersons, the key persons who are supporting Brother Hilaire in the delivery of his work. I see there Brother Arnold, and I see Antoine, Thaddeus. I know these are solid soldiers that continue to do the work. I see among us our Speaker of the House, who's always there. I see with us our Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Economic Affairs. I recognize my sister Parliamentary Rep, Dr. Virginia Poyet. I recognize Ambassador Peter Lansico, and brothers and sisters of Castries South, good afternoon. Okay, so today has been a long day for me. Okay, so today I had the opportunity to sit for half a day with the youth, the National Youth Council, and they were there discussing in a big way the issue of crime and crime prevention. A serious issue for us, brothers and sisters. But in that conversation, there was some concerns about politicians which I had to address. Because somewhere among us, the youth seems to think that they cannot trust the politicians. So we have to put that right. Then I moved from Soufrière to Vieux-Fort in a funeral. So that is, I'm saying all of this to tell you that is why I do not have my full red today, but I have my scarf to say that I am part of Team Labour. Brothers and sisters, the challenge before us is a big one. When I see what is happening on the ground in Soufrière, when I see what is happening on the ground in Soisel, when I see what is happening on the ground in ancillary canneries, when I see what is happening here and the attack on your parliamentary rep, a relentless attack on our political leader, a relentless attack on the deputy. And it is an approach by the other side, an approach they have used successfully before. That is why I want to bring it to your attention. You remember we had Dr. Anthony. No matter how much work was done during his time, they targeted the head and targeted the head and targeted the head. And now they are using that same approach. Say Philip, say Hilaire. Philip, Hilaire. Philip, Hilaire. But brothers and sisters, I want to tell you that you have voted Dr. Hilaire into office. You have to be the wall that is going to protect him. So I'm telling you that you must not be afraid of the opposite side. Because the work that this government is doing is putting the people, especially the poor, the needy, the marginalized. That is the work, and what you call the middle class. We are trying to push everybody up. And I believe that when you're doing something good, the Lord sends you angels. So that is why in that battle, you should not be afraid. I am not afraid. The St. Lucia Labour Party, the party of George Charles, the party of bread, freedom, and justice, which started not too far away from here, but where we had the representation of George Charles and others that we stand on their shoulders. I want to tell you that you have a work to do, and your work is to protect that victory. Your work is to protect that victory. And I can tell you the next, whether it is 6 months, whether it is 12 months, whether it's 18 months, you need to tighten your boots. All of us need to tighten our boots. But I am very confident that the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party will be the next government in St. Lucia. There is no doubt about it, brothers and sisters, because we have touched the social policies of this government, has touched the lives of every St. Lucian, the poor, the middle class, and the rich. And I want you, as soldiers of labor, to be able to stand up with a lot of pride to defend your party. So when you hear they say, he left at this, Philippe for that, defend your parliamentary rep. Defend your government. But more than anything else, put your boots on, knock on doors, help your neighbors, and bring those persons, all the yellows that have benefited from what we have shared, bring them so that they can vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party this coming election. So, brothers and sisters, I bring you greetings from the constituency of Soufrière-Fauchejacques. Our work on the ground is solid. Nous allons continuer à travailler bon matin, à midi, au soir, et qu'à minuit, nous allons travailler. We continue to work. And I know that my brother here is working. And you also know he has work here to do. You've heard of various ministries he has on his shoulders. He has significant work to do. But he has a very important ministry. And that ministry is the Ministry of Tourism. And that is the engine of growth for this country. And the people of Soufrière-Fauchejacques are very happy with the work that Brother Hilaire is doing in the area of tourism. So I want to thank him on behalf of the people of Soufrière-Fauchejacques, on behalf of the people of St. Lucia, and I want to tell him to keep fighting, but always remember to put God first. With that, long live the St. Lucia Labour Party. Long live Brother Ernest Hilaire. Long live the people of Castries South. Long live Jujuland.
Thank you so very much, Sister Emma. And have no fear, the women of Castries South, in the famous words of Singing Sandra, we're stronger than a wall. We will defend our parliamentary rep. So without further ado, I'd like to invite the GS to the podium to bring greetings.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I want to recognize the head table, the Honorable Ernest Hilaire, Parliamentary Rep for Castries South, our guest speaker, Sister Lisa, the chairperson, the Master or Mistress of Ceremonies, Alison Pascal. I recognize in the crowd, well, we have seen our two parliamentary reps, parliamentary rep for Babono and parliamentary rep for Soufrière here, and I've shared some greetings with you. I see other notable supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party and persons from Castries South. My brothers and sisters, we are at the start of a political campaign. Have no doubt about this. The campaign has started. And the persons who are assuming office now in constituencies, like Brother Opie Paul and his executive, and those in other constituencies, some AGMs that I've already attended, you are taking over the leadership of the constituency at a very critical time. And I want you to be seized with the importance of this moment. It is not a moment you can postpone for months down the road because you want to determine when you think you need to get your constituency ready for an election. The time to do that is now. Now, there are some basic ingredients that you need in order to advance the position of the Labour Party in your constituency. First of all, you need a hard-working and credible candidate. You have one. Do you have one? You have such a person in the Honorable Ernest Hilaire. You need a well-organized constituency. You need to make sure your structures are in place. You need to know that your branches are functioning. So, I was happy to hear Brother Paul refer to the heads of the various polling divisions in the constituency. Our constitution actually requires that you have a branch in every electoral district, in every part of the constituency, sometimes beyond just the divisions. You can even subdivide the divisions into smaller geographical areas to allow yourself to make it easier for the persons who form the branches in those communities, to make it easy for them to come together, to meet, to discuss. The branch is supposed to be the organ of the party which is closest to the ground. And if it is closest to the ground, it means that it should be well tuned and connected to the vibe on the ground. And that is why it's important to have them. Because while the parliamentary rep, and from all indications, makes himself available as much as possible to do the work of the constituency, he also has the wider responsibility of managing the portfolios that have been given to him. And I can tell you, and I want to repeat, those who have come before me, that the work that he is doing, the benefits are very visible. The growth in tourism are record-making growth. Record-making growth. Visitors are arriving in St. Lucia in larger numbers than ever before. And I want to take time to recognize the chairman of the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, Brother Thaddeus Antoine, for the tremendous work that is being done by the SLTA under his supervision. You need to have a committed campaign team. And I have no doubt that under the direction of your parliamentary rep, there's going to be such a well-organized campaign team in this constituency. I need you to know that notwithstanding the tremendous leadership provided by the Honorable Philip J. Pierre, the person who turned out to be a key and critical cog in the machine that delivered the victory of 2021 is seated right here. Is seated right here. And it is not by chance that our opposition will do every and anything possible to try to undermine him and to take him down. But can they succeed without you? Can they take him down if you want to keep him up? They can't. And he has shown that from his first outing, where he won by some 40-something votes, he has moved that to over 1,000 votes. And I have no doubt that in the next elections, that number will get even greater. Because you cannot keep a good man down. You cannot keep a good man down. And I have no doubt in my mind that when the UWPs go out and they do their polls and so on to try to get a sense of their standing among the electorate, one of the things that they would have been told and must continue to be told is that they cannot win an election in St. Lucia if they do not take Philip Pierre down and Ernest Hilaire down. So every political strategy that they employ involves an attack on those two. But how can you take Philip J. Pierre down? Philip J. Pierre, who has focused everything in his government to the upliftment of the most needy people in the country. I have never heard so many people ready coming out to give testimony to the benefits that they are enjoying under this government. Whether it is under the youth economy, retirees, 80-plus people, home for the elderly, home care for the elderly, the benefits being provided to students of children in schools, both in the primary school and secondary schools. And as the Prime Minister has told us, even the payment of CXCs will be increased from the 2 subjects of mathematics and English. I am told to take it up to about 5 subjects that the government will be paying. So when you were told to protect the victory, that is the victory. The victory is in the benefits that have been delivered to the people of the country. And sometimes I know that people bellyache about not having received personal attention. But you must, when you are marking the government, meaning what the government has scored over the last 3 years, don't just look at personal, because if you have to look at personal, it means that the government would have had to do something personal for the 30 or 40,000 people who voted in order to have them support the party in the next elections. An impossibility. But what you have to look at, those general benefits that everybody enjoys. That is the first thing that you must pay attention to. And of course, I am not suggesting at all that personal attention must not be paid to persons who are in need, who have things, and they come forward and they require the assistance of their parliamentary rep. And I know, because I've been around when he's dealing with some of the matters relating to the personal needs of his constituency. And I know that Brother Ernest Hilaire also has an interest and a commitment to assisting people who individually have needs. And he has been doing that. So my brothers and sisters, we are coming out of an amazing walk of progress. You remember? August 25th. Amazing. And I want, on behalf of the party, to thank all of you who made the time to come out on that Sunday afternoon to show your support for the work that is being done for the government. That is historic. Never before in St. Lucia has a government in office, a party occupying office, call on people to come out and show support. Another success for the St. Lucia Labour Party. But I want to caution you. And my caution is, do not take the walk of progress for granted. Do not just look at the numbers and say, we're ready to win the next elections. Think of it as establishing a platform on August 25th on which we're going to build the next victory. The platform in itself is only a foundation. Let us go out and build a victory on it. And how do we build a victory on it? First of all, we have to convince ourselves, and we have to be sure in our hearts that the Labour Party is best in government in this country. that under the Labour Party, the country is on the right path for growth and development. And if we are convinced about that, we have to put our energy to ensure that the Labour Party remains in political office. Because that's how the people get to be put first. I see the UWP trying a new thing. You know, they said the future and what else a copy, trying a variation of putting people first. Copycats. But you cannot be at the same time doing that and listen to the nonsense that the chairman of the UWP was uttering publicly on a mic recently. I don't want to repeat the nonsense that he was talking. Because, first of all, the error that they are making, they are referring to a period where the UWP in itself had good leadership under John Compton. The UWP does not have good leadership today. So when he talks about 1974 to 1979 and 1982 to 1997, he's talking about an era where there was no such leadership or absence of leadership as in that is happening now in the United Workers' Party. So my brothers and sisters, the word that I want to leave with you is that prepare. Prepare because it is critical that we do everything necessary to retain good governance in this country. And good governance exists under the leadership of Philip J. Pierre, under the leadership of Ernest Hilaire, under the leadership of Emma Hippolyte, under the leadership of Virginia Albert Poyot and other members of the cabinet of ministers that are here leading the business of the country. I think we're on a good path. I think we should stay on a good path. I think persons who were just elected to office in the executive must take your task very seriously, because you have to give our Prime Minister the free hand to call an election anytime that he wants to do so. And the only way you can ensure that is to make sure your house is in order. So, congratulations on a well-organized AGM, and let's move forward and begin working towards our next victory. Thank you.
And we have, thank you so much, GS, for this lesson in political strategy. I think now we are quite ready to organize and mobilize for victory. And our final speaker from our fraternity will be His Excellency Peter Lansico. He will come and bring greetings, brief greetings, after which we will have some fun.
Good night, my brothers and sisters of Castries South. Let me recognize the head table, my comrade, Honorable Ernest Hilaire, a man I have known a long, long time. A man I worked with in foreign affairs many years ago. But you will read about this later, not tonight. Let me recognize Comrade Lisa Jawaher, a name that people are fighting to pronounce. A surname, sorry. Let me say it for you again. Jawaher. Jawaher is like a niece of mine. Mamai Mondidon. My comrade Claude Paul, also a Mondidor homie. Claude and I grew up in Mondidor many years ago. I never imagined that we'd be on the same political platform today. We were always young progressives, but I didn't know that a comrade would have been making the kind of mark he's making in politics today. And I'm very happy, Comrade Paul, that we can stand on the same platform. Let me recognize Comrade Leo Clark, our General Secretary, who takes every opportunity to remind us of the technicalities of politics in our country. I really like his message tonight. Leo does not let an opportunity pass to remind us that we must not be fooled by the tricks of some of the politicians in this country. And he was making a very important point, which I will come to in a minute. Let me recognize my sister, comrade. Nice to see you. You're doing a great job, comrade. My brothers and sisters, you listened to your two parliamentarians a while ago, Sister Emma Hippolyte and our comrade Virginia Charles Poyot, another soldier from Babono. It was a pleasure to listen to my two sisters. And of course, the political landscape is changing a lot in our country, because you would have observed that the first speakers were two women. We need more women in the parliament. And I'm happy to see people like Elisha Zawaher on the stage. I believe Lisa will soon be in our parliament. If I look at the way the winds are blowing, Lisa's soon going to be in our parliament. Put your hands together for Sister Lisa. One of the women I predict will soon be a member of parliament in our country. It gives me great pleasure to bring greetings from Castries Central in particular. We have a new chairman, Brother Julian Charles. I want to bring greetings on behalf of the chairman and on behalf of the group. We will be telling you more about the activities of the group in due course. As Leo said, the campaign is very much on, and you will be hearing more about Castries Central in due course. In the meantime, comrades, let me remind you of something. And Leo alluded to it very significantly a while ago. The tricks that political parties use, particularly political parties who do not have the discipline to organize themselves and prepare themselves to change the government. The trick they use is to attack people personally. The consultants in political science tell you that the technique to bring down a government is when that government is performing and you don't have a foot to stand on, you attack the individuals in the government. And you would have observed that Comrade Ernest Hille has come under sustained attack since he entered politics. Because the consultants have told Alan Chasson and them that people like Hille, you must concentrate on them to bring them down. So it is not an accident that every time you hear something in this country is Ernest Hille, Ernest Hille, Ernest Hille. What does that tell you? The comrade is performing, and so they know they must attack him. But, like Comrade Leo said, you can't put a good man down. You cannot put a good man down because there's a God above. And I'm glad that Sister Emma is here today because she's a sister who's particularly faithful. Emma never says anything without speaking of God. And Sister Emma said that God is going to protect Ernest. And as there's a God above, the God I believe in, I will echo what Sister Emma says. Ernest Hille is going to be protected not only by us, the brothers and sisters of the St. Lucia Labour Party, he is going to be protected by God. And you cannot put a good man down when God is protecting him. So Ernest, do not be afraid, my comrade. Do not be afraid. My brothers and sisters, I have been often criticized by the General Secretary of speaking too long. So I shall be brief. As soon as I turned back a while ago, I saw the comrade looking at me. Comrade Leo says, Spell, you must learn to cool out sometimes. And so having expressed my best greetings and having expressed my solidarity, my brothers and sisters, good night. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. You would know that Comrade Pell, Peter Lansigo, was the only one I was instructed to give brief greetings. I would like to invite an icon calypsonian to the mic right now. And I know that you will enjoy what he has to deliver. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Herb Black.
Castries South constituency, how you doing? Mr. DJ, run it. They're working, yes, they're working. Labor working, the government working. We voted a new government, the Philip J. to lead we. July 26, things started to fix. From the time he take his seat as the Prime Minister was hard work to build back we country for everybody. Philip working, St. Jude's they fixing, people happy, young people praising. Youth economy, pensioners smiling, they get more money. Distribution of wealth now is done with equity. We do, we well, that we can tell. No turning back, we on the right track. The flag, focus, we have reverse. We pass the worst, we putting people first. They're working, yes, they're working. Labor working, the government working. There is a big reduction in unemployment in Lucia. More people working, GDP growing. They remove VAT on building materials for St. Lucians. Construction is booming. More homes, people building. And to the farmers to start again. When their crops smash up by the hurricane, they give fishermen fuel rebate. Millions of dollars in tax refund is paid by the state. We do, we well, that we can tell. No turning back, we on the right track. The flag, focus, we have reverse. We pass the worst, we putting people first. La da 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 ay 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 ay. Labor working, the government working. Infrastructure, the roads fixing up already. New hotel building, more tourists coming. Millions in loan grant funding to start business paid already. Small and micro business is starting to flourish in the country. Tourist arrivals breaking records. Carnival and jazz, thousands from abroad, all communities benefiting from the millions of dollars the tourists bringing in. We do, we well, that we can tell. No turning back, we on the right track. The flag, focus, we have reverse. We pass the worst, we putting people first. They're working. Do you agree that the government is working? Yeah, man. I agree to that. Labor working. The government working. Yeah, man. 5 more years. Run the next truck. Hey, man. Referendum. The word is referendum. It's time to join the CCJ. Get Privy Council out today. Too much money to pay to take a case up there. Exactly what the PM say. The leader of opposition plan a big demonstration. He say he disagree with such a policy and started a protest action. Everybody, let me hear you. No referendum, no CCJ. No referendum, no CCJ. No referendum, no CCJ. No referendum. What are they protesting for? They don't know. The opposition leader tell them to. It should be referendum and CCJ. But I hearing referendum and Susies, yeah. Everybody know referendum, no CCJ. No referendum, no CCJ. No referendum, no CCJ. No referendum. South Castries, let me hear you scream. The word is referendum. Tell them that. Just after Independence Day, happened to be in town that day. I still cannot believe people are being deceived to march against the CCJ. Right there in Constitution Park, they chanting and waving their plaque. I freaked out when I heard how they pronounce the word. Me laugh, me jawbone almost crack. If you heard them, no referendum, no CCJ. No referendum, no CCJ. No referendum, no CCJ. No referendum. What are they protesting for? They don't know. The opposition leader tell them to. It should be referendum and CCJ. But I hearing referendum and Susies, yeah. If you heard them, no referendum, no CCJ. No referendum, no CCJ. No referendum, no CCJ. No referendum. Referendum, you dum-dum. The word is referendum. Now I heard they're having a meeting, you know. A meeting, they say. Yes, of course. Wow. My lady was in that too. Wow. Anyway, no referendum, no CCJ. No referendum, no CCJ. No referendum, no CCJ. No referendum. What are they protesting for? They don't know. The opposition leader tell them to. It should be referendum and CCJ. But I hearing referendum and Susies, yeah. If you heard them, no referendum, no CCJ. No referendum, no CCJ. No referendum, no CCJ. No referendum. Referendum, you dum-dum. The word is referendum. Now head up. If we should weigh the pros and cons, CCJ is the best option. down.
Protesters down. Is us strong.
So full of deceit, causing them to repeat. No suicide, no fair and down. If you heard them, no fair and damn, no suicide, no fair and damn, no suicide, no fair and damn, no suicide, no fair and damn. What are they protesting for? They don't know. The opposition leader tell them to. It should be referendum and CCJ. But I hearing referendum and suicide. If you heard them, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum, no suicide, no referendum. Referendum, you dum dum. The word is referendum. South Castries. I want to say I'm sorry for missing out some lines, man. Really want to say I'm sorry. But listen, there is a verse and chorus of a song I want to do there tonight. Some people so political, it's true. Let me hear you. We find yes so philosophical, it's true, it's true. They always getting emotional. Speaking words so illogical, it's true, it's true. Boy, listen, the opposition, you are left with the impression that they never sat in the seat. The questions they are asking, man, the things they are demanding every time they stand up to speak. Maybe they have amnesia, man, them don't seem to remember that their policies didn't work. Every sitting of parliament, they make it look like a joke. Sing with me now, pot calling kettle black. The people will decide if they want them back. They want a leader to stand up and talk, not a leader to get up and walk. Let me hear you, pot calling kettle black. The people will decide if they want them back. They want a leader to stand up and talk, not a leader to get up and walk. Potok, potok, potok. Hey! Now listen, hold on. The spider could spin all his web. It's true, it's true. When the fields agreed to feb, it's true, it's true. Même si complot for passer zeb, it's true, it's true. I passe après moi me lisse comme eb, it's true, it's true. Oui. At a town hall meeting, he was expatiating, and you should hear the things he say, about me, an invader, how we stand for labor and not for the Malawi. All of them applauded when the young lady said St. Lucia belongs to Chasney. They even say they're declaring war. They ban Zagui and Koyoye. Sing with me now, pot calling kettle black. The people will decide if they want them back. They want a leader to stand up and talk, not a leader to get up and walk. Thank you so very much, South Castries. We love you.
Let's hear it for the man, Herb Black. When you have a government 3 years in and you have Calypsonians, their best political commentary is against the opposition, what does that say to you? That says that the government is working, but the opposition is a mess. Ladies and gentlemen, let's return to regular programming. A senator with the government of St. Lucia, the vice president of Pan-American Gender Equality Caribbean, an award-winning PR specialist, and the managing director of Edge Marketing. You know her as Sister Lisa Johari. Like many young persons in her community who came from a disenfranchised home, Lisa C. Jawahir, could have easily taken a less positive direction had it not been for her involvement in active participation in church and community. Despite her family not being able to afford her education, she was determined to be excellent. And she was able to pursue her studies through the support of a bursary assistance program under the St. Lucia Labour Party. I think we can put our hands together because that is quite notable. Promoting and supporting excellence, always. And that was in 2000. So we have a legacy of promoting and supporting excellence. She further went on to study at Sir Arthur. She attained an associate degree and later on a master's in strategic communications. Lisa always, she has Lisa, but the senator has always had a passion for community action. She has always had the desire to support young mothers, youth, and disenfranchised people. Her life has been devoted to that. Her young life has been devoted to that. We are all familiar with the senator that continues to serve the government of St. Lucia with pride. She is the national spokesperson for the Labour Party, and although her beliefs are aligned with the Labour Party, the principles of bread, justice, and freedom, she works assiduously with women, girls across party lines to inspire them to break the glass ceilings. And she continues to advocate for equal opportunity for all. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome to the podium our guest speaker for today, addressing the theme, Organize, Mobilize for Victory, Lisa Johari.
Bonjour tout le monde. Bonjour maman Eleva. C'est un plaisir pour moi venir ici à soir pour adresser vous. It is a special honor given to me tonight to have a conversation with you, the people of Castries South. But first, I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of our acting Prime Minister, First Deputy Political Leader, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, the parliamentary representative for Castries South. I also want to recognize the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Claudius Francis, the Cabinet of Ministers who are present this evening, Senators, Ambassador Lansico. I want to make a special mention to the great General Secretary of our party, Mr. Leo Clark, members of the National Council of the St. Lucia Labour Party, members of the Castries South Executive, constituents of Castries South. I also noticed that our National Youth Officer, Ms. Nyla Lafontaine, is present. A special good evening to you. Supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party, well-wishers, those of you who are tuned in to Facebook tonight, we want to thank you, as always, for your commitment and support of the St. Lucia Labour Party. Now, when I look at your theme this evening, comrades, your theme for this annual general meeting, and I browsed through the program, I deliberately came a bit earlier because I wanted to listen in to some parts of the closed ceremony. And just like Sister Allison said, it's only a few who can truly experience so little complaints. And I believe that is a remarkable thing that the Castries South representative is being able to achieve. Now, when the executive contacted me, I was a bit surprised because last year they contacted me to be your guest speaker. And for some unfortunate reasons, I was not able to be here with you. But this time they called me again. And I said, there must be something behind this. There must be a reason why this invitation has come a second time. And I believe that it is the doing of the Most High for me to ensure, for me to be able to speak to you, the people of Castries. Because you know what? I was witness to what we thought would have been very nasty, a very dirty election. I was assigned to the constituency of Grosley, as some of you may know. I saw the good, I saw the bad. I saw people mobilize, and I saw how one person can start one little lie with the intention to defame and to diminish the reputation of someone. Comrades, in my young stint in politics, I have seen so much. Speaking far and wide, representing our great party. But let me tell you, there are people who continue to encourage me. There are people who continue to say, Sister Lisa, do not give up. We are nearing the finish line. And I look at these same people, comrades, or this particular individual, and I just wonder how he does it. I won't go into the details of what we experienced in the last election, but I can tell you that this election, even when we were in opposition, there was one person I realized was under constant attack by the United Workers' Party. In opposition, they were calling his name. In government, they are calling his name. You ever see people throw stones at green mangoes? You ever see people throw stones at green mangoes? And I want to know what it is that Ernest Hille has done to the United Workers' Party. Because Cody Richard Frederick, you're Bazodi. I want to know what it is that Dr. Hille has, that they are so desperate, they are so in love, and they desire so much to take him down. But comrades, I know it is because he is a worker. It is because that when you were in opposition, do you remember the Belrose Doctrine? They said, Castries South, you vote for Labour, well, you will suffer. And that is exactly what they did. Comrades, tonight, I want to tell you that we cannot allow this to continue. You see that man, Dr. Hille? He knows what I'm talking about. Because from the moment some of us have entered into the political arena, there's one name that they are consistently mentioning, and we know why. They come up with all sorts of reasons, Dr. Hille, as to why you should not be a parliamentary representative. They even partner with criminals. Anom yo kakouye Martinez. Apweza yo pe. That same person who has been convicted in a court of law, the United Workers' Party is partnering with him, saying that the gentleman who is responsible for our CIP program is engaging in unethical behavior. Now, I want to tell you, if you call yourself a patriot, you will not spew utter garbage on social media. You will not spew those lies on national television and having interviews and saying that you are going to collect a briefcase with evidence. What evidence? Up to a day like today, they just cannot take him down. They try to take his car. They get his family involved. Yo lot pay po yo awete. all with the intention of taking him down. What they didn't think we would have had access to is when a certain document was leaked. A document was leaked with some of their polling results, and it was explicit that in order for us to take down the St. Lucia Labour Party, we have to take down Ernest Hilaire. We have to take down Philippe J. Pierre. Comrades, I want to tell you, your theme speaks towards being organized and being able to mobilize to protect the victory. And you ask me, what do you mean by protecting the victory? And Sister Allison, I know you tried to cut that bio a bit short, but I will tell you something. In the year 2000, I was leaving Forest Gem Methodist Combined School. My father, a security officer, and I give this story, had to leave Burger Plus as a security officer at 11 o'clock in the night and walk to Forestier and get home at 2 o'clock in the morning, all with the intention to be able to provide for his family. My mother, a seamstress, having to work day and night, overnight, bills expensive, a little computer they buy on hire purchase, they have to end up paying it 3 times. It was difficult for us to thrive. Not even the school feeding program we could have afforded, that $1 a day. But let me tell you, I have to say thanks to God. And I have to say thank you to the St. Lucia Labour Party. And thank you to Honorable Dr. Kenny Anthony for having the vision to implement that bursary program. Because let me tell you, when it was 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, we were down by the RC Boys School waiting on that line for that $500 bursary. And that is why I was able to go to Castries Comprehensive. And that is why I was able to study a master's. And that is why I am here standing today as your spokesperson. All because the Labour Party invested in young people. And I want to make a special appeal, comrades. Do not forget what your party has done. Because when you see COVID hit, and they come and give us some e-books that in some storeroom every day we have to pass and have a look at it. Honorable Dr. Pauline Antoine and Honorable Sean Edwards speak about that all the time. Every day they have to look at that room and see those e-books because your Prime Minister gave you laptops and they took our children's laptops away. Well, when we came back into office, we reinstituted that one laptop per child program because that laptop gave your child access to the globe, access to the world, just at the tip of their fingers. And I remember Honorable Sean Edward going on the ground when school had reopened, and it was the first time school was open on time. Do you remember that? We can never forget these things because your government continues to prioritize the education of our nation. It was the great Sir Arthur Lewis, our Nobel laureate, who said that the fundamental cure for poverty is education. And the St. Lucia Labour Party believes in education. We do not believe in that mendicant mentality. We believe in empowering you. We believe in giving you the resources so you can do your work. And that is why 24,000 of our students, their facilities fees were paid. That is why educational assistance, envious by many in the Caribbean, has been given to our parents year after year. First generation scholarships. I wish I had that in my time. I wish I had that in my time because I am the first and so far the only person from my family who would have graduated. But let me tell you, this is now easily accessible. That when our children access that same laptop, that they can compete with some of the best in the world. Let me tell you, Cicero, I am so proud to be here today because I know you have invested and you have nurtured Julian Alfred. This is something we must be proud of, comrades. This is something that the United Workers' Party can never, ever take away from us. Because what did they try to do? They tried to throw one of our ministers in jail for $150 US. Se moun sa pani sentiment. Abweza, Juju, we ve. Yo tout ve celebrate. Julian Alfred will be here in the community of Cicero to celebrate with you. They even tell me the price of land in Cicero gone up. It's gold and silver. Y'all mining. I will try and change my address. Early, why you say Merlin? If it's gold and silver and price of land gone up, we have to do something about it. But that just goes to show that our government, that despite what they did and what they took away from Julian, we did not waver in supporting her. And everywhere she goes, she says she is just so proud to wear the name of her country across her chest. 2 weeks ago, Honorable Speaker Francis and I, we traveled to Miami for a conference on the digital economy and AI, Comrade Bill. And AI, I told you I would deal with that today. We attended this conference, and the things that we saw, the things that we witnessed were just eye-opening. I saw a video circulating today where the running candidates for the United States election were seen embracing each other, holding hands, walking on the beach together, and smiling and laughing. And I said, my gosh, you mean that was AI generated? Now, artificial intelligence is not something that came up today. It's been around for a long time. But because of how powerful it is, it can be used for the wrong reasons. And comrades, I want to caution you tonight that if you do not educate yourself, that if you do not equip yourself with the facts, they will try their best to continue to spread lies, misinformation, and disinformation. Don't be too surprised if you see tomorrow or day after they have Dr. Ernest Hille standing somewhere saying things that he did not say. And that is why, comrades, we must ensure that we have the facts for ourselves, because these people will do anything and by any means necessary. Our General Secretary spoke about the language used by the chairman of the Labour Party. Some will know of the United Workers' Party. Some will know him as Tarzan. His real name cannot come to me right now. But he can swing left, he can swing right. He used some language that I can tell you as a young person, I find so disgusting. And I think that this gentleman should be ashamed of himself. But I stood a while and I said, Sister Lisa, are you surprised? Are we surprised at the level that the United Workers' Party has sunk to? Are we surprised that they have partnered with Amal Pinez? Are we surprised that every single thing they do, they try to destroy our country and call themselves patriots? You are not a patriot. You are not a patriot if you put on social media that this and that is happening in your country and your government is corrupt. All what they try to do is under the theme, by any means necessary. They talk about burning your homes down. They talk about turning the guns to point at Labour Party supporters. They talk about, if you do not support us, you will suffer. Pa mwekidi, ya? Pa mwekidi, say yokidi. That if you do not support the United Workers' Party, you will not reap the rewards. They were on national television when they said so. So don't think that they will not come for you. Do not think that they will not come for you, because they are at a desperate attempt to cause division among the cabinet of ministers. They are at a desperate attempt to try to destroy the office of the Citizenship Investment Program. And some of you who listened to Can I Help You last night, you would have heard the Honorable Roosevelt Scarrett talk about CIP and how it has helped Dominica. If you forget Hurricane Maria, Dominica lost 225% of their GDP because of one natural disaster. And it is because of the Citizenship Investment Program they are able to build their country. You think Flabo wants you to progress? You think Flabo wants you to have a roof over your head? Because what the CIP does is just that. when the Prime Minister announced that for the first time ever, the Citizenship Investment Program will be used for the people, they jump because they were never able to give an account of what CIP would do. A housing development in Rockall, 100 houses in Ancillary. Let me tell you, infrastructural support, all because of the CIP. So if we can find other means to support our country, including tourism, but if we can find other means, why shouldn't we do that? And it hurts, comrades. It hurts that these people call themselves St. Lucians, and all they do is try to drag us. But that is why we have to knock on our neighbors' doors. I know some of you have benefited, and I know some of you have not yet benefited, comrades. But there is one thing that every single one of us can say is, in some way or the other, every St. Lucian has benefited from a policy of the Lucia Labour Party government. Every single St. Lucian, from the cradle to the grave. The child who is not yet born in the mother's womb is a beneficiary of universal health coverage. And never in my 30-something years, I thought I could witness the launch of UHC. Let me tell you, that was something fantastic. June 6, 2023, universal health coverage was launched. Let me tell you, pregnant mothers, those of you who could not afford an ultrasound. I went to the doctor's office with a friend of mine yesterday. I tell you, she heard the cost of an ultrasound at a private office. And she told me, yo, I cannot afford it. And the government of St. Lucia has given this to us for free. At 17 constituencies, all government health centers, you will not have to pay for an ultrasound. You will not have to pay for a lab test. And the elderly, because they say, oh, it's only a few, but I just talk about the unborn. And the elderly, 3,700 of them, over 3,700 of them, that they say, what old people in Lucia have? Old people die already. Do you know that there are over 3,700 persons living in our country who are 80 years old or over? Did you know that these people whose shoulders we stand on, who helped build our country, who was there in the time of the father of our political party, George F.L. Charles, who fought for your freedom, who led us out of colonialism, of colonial minds, into adult suffrage. These people were there through the labor movement. These people were there. And you're telling me that today we cannot take care of them? You're telling me that we cannot do something to ensure that these people are taken care of? Anybody who disagrees with providing free access to medical care for persons who are elderly is heartless. And I will say it again. If you do not believe that your grandmother or my grandmother deserves access to health care, you are heartless. And I have to say it because my grandmother from Vieux-Fort Cantonment, Maveve, super savely, because she can't wait for her to walk to St. Jude. Because for the first time ever, Honorable Philip J. Pierre has secured financing for the St. Jude Hospital, comrades. We have to give our Prime Minister a round of applause. Because what they don't know is that the hospital almost finished, you know. The hospital almost finished. Remember a certain individual, the Minister of Tutbagai, said that if we do not finish the hospital in 6 months, we don't deserve to be in government. Remember he said so? But what did his constituency do? They vote him out. And we come in again in Castries Southeast. You better be ready. We have some strong people on the ground. We have some persons who are organizing as we speak, comrades. And when I speak of the things that these people are doing, I want you to know that they are unrelenting. They will not rest until they achieve what it is that they set out to achieve. That is why I have said you need to talk to your neighbor. You need to call that disgruntled supporter who has not benefited as yet a tangible way that they would have expected, but they would have received some support. We need to knock on doors. We need to do our coding. And I know some of you know exactly what I'm talking about, because your hard work cannot go unnoticed, comrades. The women of Castries South, whilst we are having this AGM, you know what they are doing? They are getting the food ready. And these are the types of things that they did during the campaign. They were cleaning chicken up until 2, 3, 4 in the morning to have barbecue to raise funds for campaign. Your hard work does not go unnoticed. The young men from the constituency who stood on ladders and put flags on poles, your hard work does not go unnoticed, because it is your hard work that ensured that Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire is sitting in Parliament today representing you, and this time as a government minister. And there's no doubt about his successes, because for the first time ever, St. Lucia continues to see record-breaking arrivals, record-breaking tourism arrivals, and I hope those of you who are on the live are listening to me. Record-breaking numbers for jazz, year after year after year. Record-breaking numbers for carnival, year after year after year. And record-breaking foreign direct investment of billions of dollars. St. Lucia, tell you that if this is somebody that people do not have confidence in him, you think people will take their money and come and invest in St. Lucia? If they did not have confidence in him, they would not come to our country. But it is because of the hard work that he's doing. It is because of the hard work of the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. It is because of the hard work of our brothers and sisters in the Ministry of Tourism that we are able to experience such record-breaking achievements in our tourism industry, the largest part of our gross domestic product. And Dr. Hilaire is bringing the CIP to them. I can tell you I am really excited about the CIP, comrades. I'm really excited to see the type of projects that will come to Castries South. And speaking of projects, I don't want to speak too long or too much on it, because I know your parliamentary rep will give us strong accounts of what he has achieved and what is to come. But I want to highlight a project that was on the desk of UWP when they came into office. They had an opportunity to turn the lives of the people of Castries South around, particularly those of Bannans Bay. They had that MOU with Global Ports Holding. They had signed it on 2 occasions. But now that Ernest is in the seat now, they want to say, oh, GPH and that project is not good for St. Lucia. Such hypocrisy. You had it on your desk. You had an opportunity to put your money where your mouth is, or to walk the talk. But all the United Workers' Party does is talk. All they talk. 21 islands. Horses before hospitals. Not one hotel room was built. Tell me, challenge me tonight, comrades. What did the United Workers' Party achieve in its 5 to 6 years in office? But you know what? It is important for us to remind you of these things lest you forget. Because in the first 100 days, this SLP administration, under the leadership of Honorable Philip J.P., did far more than any administration in 5 years. And I want you to give him a resounding round of applause. I know our Prime Minister is not here with us. We want to wish him a happy belated birthday. He's on vacation. Much, much, much needed rest for a man who continues to put policies in place that touch the foundation and the core of who we are as a party. People who are representative of bread, justice, and freedom. And when I speak of bread, I speak of the ability for you to be able to afford on your own. Because I can tell you it's heartbreaking when a man can come and ask to borrow a little $40 for him to feed his family, $40 for him to get cooking gas. You know, young men, I can tell you today, and the situations that they face. But our Prime Minister campaigned, and the Labour Party campaigned on a flagship promise of a youth economy. And when this youth economy first came about, I know some people doubted it. I know some people wondered what or how it could work. But the youth economy has touched the lives of over 3,000 young men and women. And I know some of you are sitting in the crowd tonight. Some of you are sitting here tonight because you are a beneficiary of the youth economy program. And Honorable Emma Hippolyte, I want to tip my hat, my invisible hat, out to you for developing the idea of the micro, small, and medium enterprise program, that MSME, $10 million. Because, it's youth to sell. But no, if you are at the age of 31 up until 61, you can apply to the MSME, where you can get 70% grants, 70% of free money to fund your business, and 30% loan, your payments as low as $100 a month. Let me tell you, that is a government that cares. And I speak of $100 a month. Let me tell you, my internet bill is a little over $100 a month. And a lot of people cannot afford that. But you know what? The Prime Minister of St. Lucia brought to our people the home communications bundle, where now you do not have to pay 5,000 families. They do not have to pay $100 and something a month. All they have to pay is only $20. Where in the world have you seen that, comrades? And that is what I mean when I say we must protect the victory. This is just a snapshot of the achievements of the progressive people-first policies that this SLP administration has implemented. Only a snapshot, because if I have to go through the manifesto tonight with you and tick off those achievements, we'll be here all night into the morning. But I just wanted to bring just a bit to you to remind you that your government continues to work. Your government continues to put you first. Eximwen pou ale a sou Shelton tout tous les jours pou di yo mati le yo ka mati naifei. And that is what I want from you, comrades. That is what we need. We must defend our party. We must defend our parliamentary representative. We must defend our Prime Minister, because these people do not sleep. Honorable Emma spoke earlier of how she spent half of her day speaking to young people. If you do not care, you're not going to do that. Big Saturday, Honorable Hippolyte, on a big Saturday, she spends half of her day ensuring that the young people, that their voices, that their concerns are being heard. If that is a government that does not care, I don't know what else to call it, comrades. I want to tell you that the time is coming when we all will be put to the test. And not just through AI. They will walk in your face and say, hey, what they do for you? So long you there? But tell them, don't worry, we come in. Do not worry, because it was these same people that when they look at you, members of the STEP program under the last administration, when they came into office, they did not renew your contract because you voted SLP, and they made no bones about it. We cannot let these people come back into office, my comrades. We cannot allow them to take hold of our country. And I heard Herb Black talk about some public meeting. Oh, so today is a public meeting. Because day before yesterday, or last week, I heard it was a match. Last week, the people say it was a match, a little bird called me and tell me, hey, listen, the people apply for a match. No, not last week, that was in August. The people apply for a match. Eglayo we match la. Kisa yo fair, they say, we'll have to wheel and come again. Because Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre did what nobody thought he could do and brought out the largest showing of a march, of a walk of progress of a government's policies. And let me tell you, the successes of that walk of progress, even their former Speaker of the House of Assembly was present. You think it's me that say it? It's true. It's true. When I listened to Can I Help You, Egmont Richard D, you tell I say, I did not see them. But if you see them, then they were there. They came because they are saying that is enough. That what is United Workers' Party today is not what the United Workers' Party was built on. But comrades, I want to tell you, do not be bothered by these people, because one day it was a march, then it became a public meeting. Look, today I see they advertising it as a town hall. They don't know what to do. But do not focus too much on what they are doing. In the words of our Prime Minister, keep your eyes on the prize. Stay focused, comrades. Stay grounded. Because you know what we are doing tomorrow? We have two things on the agenda for tomorrow. We're going to Castries Southeast for the launch of Creole Heritage Month. And we are going to Grosile, where the hard-working women of the St. Lucia Labour Party will host their annual general meeting. And Sister Jadia Jean-Pierre will be there as the guest speaker. So we have to come out and support Sister Jadia. All roads will lead to the Grosile HRDC tomorrow at 2 p.m. because the St. Lucia Labour Party Women's Organization will host their annual general meeting. Comrades, I know my time is up. You have been here very long time today. And I want to say a special thank you for inviting me here. I want to thank you for your support for your parliamentary representative, because I know it cannot be easy. It cannot be easy when you see your hard work is tried to be, people are trying to diminish your hard work. But I tell you, comrades, you must be resilient like your parliamentary representative, because he has been kicked, he has been battered, and he has been bruised 7 times, and he has risen 8. And somebody like Honorable Dr. Ernest Ile, I have to tell you tonight, I admire you. I admire your strength. I admire your resilience, that no matter what they do, they just cannot keep a good man down. I realize every single speaker before me uttered those same words. But comrades, tonight, I just want to remind you to get organized. The St. Lucia Labour Party is an organized party. We host our AGMs. We have annual general meetings. Because it's not just because you vote for them and that's it, you know. They have to come to account to you every year as to what they did. And I was witness to it earlier today. Moved to tears. People were moved to tears talking about the good works of their parliamentary representative. We must be organized. Because when we are organized, we are stronger. When we are organized, we can approach and encourage more people to be part of it. If they think we are weak and we vitae and we separated and we are divided, comrades, people will not buy in to the good things that our party is putting out there for the people. And so being organized allows for an opportunity for us to come together. We must mobilize. We must continue to knock on every door. I spoke of that neighbor next to you, and I want you to look to the person next to you and say, neighbor, we must organize. We must mobilize. We must mobilize. Because we must protect the victory. And to take this opportunity to thank you so much for allowing me this moment, albeit very brief, to speak with you. Of course, there is so much that the St. Lucia Labour Party continues to do for our people. I want you to pay attention to Facebook. I want you to pay attention to your parliamentary representatives page, because there are a lot of big announcements that are coming, and we do not want you to miss out on it. Again, I want to say thank you.
Thank you very much, Sister Lisa Jarahir. I noted that the head table stood in celebration of such an elegantly delivered presentation. And I think the elegance of her presentation really is her truths. I have kind of listened to our guest speaker over the last couple of years, and I have noted that one of the things that she practices is that she always seeks to give information that is accurate. And when you do that, people listen, and when you do that, you come across as credible. And she did herself credibly, excellently tonight. I want you to put your hands together to celebrate such talent in the Labour Party. Such great talent. Thank you so much for making it to Castries South this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Nintus in the house, and he may go back to the past and tell us a few singer-songs about, how, that we, don't want to recall. He may also say some things that are currently happening, but regardless, you may want to shake, tap your foot, get up and dance. Do that. Regardless of what he sings, we know we are not going back to any administration that kept us in the dark. Nintus, where are you? Okay, welcome Nintus, all in red, to sing for us.
My sister, this is the first time I am adorning myself in red on a Labour Party platform. I always wear a different color. But I will not say what I said before I decided to wear red. It's not for the mic. But I'm so excited about what is going on that I decided that, hey, stand firm and be in the fight. And congratulations for the latest feat that this Prime Minister, this Saint Pierre guy that we elected into Parliament, the latest that he did was to bring the police commissioner. And this song pays homage. We want to encourage each other to stand against the crime. So the music that I'm about to sing is music that I'm using to join the offensive, to join the commissioner's plan, and to join the Labour Party in curbing the crime problem in St. Lucia. Drop that song for me. And you can dance too. I'm ready to dance. I'm shaking already. And I'm waiting for the DJ. It's going to come. It's called Party in Peace. And this party is about peace. Let's see. Reattach it. And let's go again. For a while, let we party in peace. Let the violence cease. Okay. Show me some love. Come on, show me your hand. Come on, be your brother's keeper. Labour Party, a party of love. And we do everything we do peacefully. We don't fash it. For a while, let we party in peace. Let the violence cease. Let love increase. For a while, let the killy done. In the fete and the fun. Old woman numbers gone. I can't understand how inside of the band they have so much woman, plenty rum all around. You still holding your gun. It's making no sense to me how you can take an apology if I take a licky ticky on top of your shawty inside of the party. Hey me. Hold that gun and work shit. Hold your gun and put shit down. Hold your gun and work shit. Bad boy, put on your gun. We got to let go, let go, let go, let go, like so. Got to let go. Hold your gun and let go the gun. For a while, let we party in peace. Let the violence cease. Let love increase. For a while, let the killy done. In the fete and the fun. Old woman numbers gone. For a while, let we party in peace. Let the violence cease. And let love increase. For a while, let the killy done. In the fete and the fun. Old woman numbers gone. Hear this. I and I, Father, was a strong warrior, like the ancestors, chasing gin and diner, hunting down bumper. But today, bad boy want to take it personal. If I nookie on a girl, but hey, that it is a black man thing, that ain't mean nothing. The girl and I just vibing. Oh, hold your gun and walk she. Hold your gun and put she down. Hold your gun and walk she. Bad boy, put down your gun. Got to let go, let go, let go, let go, like so. Got to let go. Hold your gun and let go the gun. For a while, party in peace. Let the violence cease. Let love increase. For a while, let the killy done. In the fete and the fun. Old woman numbers gone. Let me see you. For a while, let we party in peace. Let the violence cease. Let love increase. Youth man, for a while, let the killy done. In the fete and the fun. Old woman numbers gone. For a while, let we party in peace. You like the message? Yes, so much woman all around, but them fellas, they holding their gun. My goodness, let go the gun and hold on to woman. Ladies, you have a problem with that? Of course not. All the fellas in jail or they dead and the ladies running all around. What's that? What is happening? Give me the next track. June Creole is there. Yeah, you can drop it, eh? June Creole is there. I have to give you a little Creole music, you know. And you can check out my stuff on YouTube, you know. Kiss out pote. The music sala. Encore yo. Doucement. Doudou. Kiss out pote. Ba mwen. Doudou. Kiss out pote. Ba mwen. Doucement. Nou kay balote, twete gauche, sa kay chiwe. Anti-poti, asukou espiwe. Anti-poti, anzoe mwen ka koze. Anti-poti, anti-sisi pe pase. Anti-poti. Tansa. Mwen papeji ya mwen, ek pose soufli jou. Lem santi kares la men, mwen kapedi an tabwa. Ebe soufle manche mwen pito. Doudou soufle, fe sauble pito. You like it? Doudou. Ça c'est musique compas. Ça c'est musique Saint-Lucie. Where the grown folks who understand what that means. Comme ça. Aïe, compa. Dansa. Mama papi dia moi. Ek pose soufli jou. Lem santi kares la men. Mwen te pedi an tabwa. Ebe soufle manche mwen pito. Let's play the next one because I think that's the one everybody wants. Listen. When chairman called, he said, Nintas, I want you to do something for me. You know, I don't know why he endorses the craziness. Put your hands together for Leo Clark. Thank you. Endorsing the craziness. He said, just do the thing the way you normally do it. I know it's going to be okay. I really wanted to sound the bell, ring the alarm, and go around like the town crier and say, this is the choice. This is what we need to do. And let's go and march and support. Then I said to myself, merci bon Dieu. Merci bon Dieu pour Philippe J. Pierre. My whole self good. Let me hear you say it. What? My whole self good. Mamele sayo di mamele. Yo pe fâché si me habillé en rouge. Mamele. My whole self good. Drop that tune there. Can I mash up the stage right now? Feeling good. Feeling good, 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 good. Temsa. Merci, mon Dieu. Merci, mon Dieu. Merci, mon Dieu. My whole self good. Pour Philippe Jevier, my whole self good. Yo sa fâché si yo blé, my whole self good. Makawe misère, Abba Jevier. What do you think of the youth economy and the construction of the Miku jetty? Maths and English in FA for CXES and the semi-professional football league. Everybody, hey, merci mon Dieu, my whole self good. Pour Philippe Jevier, my whole self good. Yo sa fâché si yo blé, my whole self good. Mon pakawe misère, Abba Jevier. Every home have one university graduate. Utansa. And finally they raise minimum wage. Yo ka fè ça, si men passe yo fè ça. One laptop they give to every child. And the little ones, every preschool in the country they get a blind. And get it. When I hear 3 years of consecutive economic growth, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Good. I'm feeling good. Good. I'm feeling good. Yeah. When I hear we have the best CIP in the universe, I'm feeling good. Everybody, hey, merci mon Dieu. My whole self good. Pour Philippe Jevier, my whole self good. Yo sa fâché si yo blé, my whole self good. Mais nous pas qu'à misère, Abba Jevier. Merci. What about universal health coverage? Free health care if you over 80 years of age. And there, all them, unemployment it go down. Hear that? And they bring back and they raise the distress fund. You have to. My whole self good. Hey, my whole self good. Tout le monde, my whole self good. Nous pas qu'à misère. Chantez. Merci mon Dieu. My whole self good. Pour Philippe Jevier, my whole self good. Maka, yo sa fâché. If I ever doubted you, Philip, we are sorry for being rude. Cause we know the government go deliver the hospital St. Jude. Merci mon Dieu. Merci mon Dieu. My whole self good. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nintas. Red shoe, red pants, red pants. Well, underpants. His whole self good. Yes, I saw it. Yeah. Our next speaker, I know that you enjoyed this. I certainly did. And I saw some people in the crowd really getting down. Our next speaker is a man who is built as strong as nails. Indeed, iron. Some of his quotes that resonate with me, and I think the people of Castries South, is giving up is not an option. I don't know how to lose. These are not words of vanity. but rather a declaration of valor. They have tried to bury him, but they didn't know he was a seed that grew a whole fruit tree in their face. They've tried to throw him down, calling him bent, but he gets up, and we know Jah will never put too much on his plate. And all Sukwio and Majinwe, will be trampled, and this phoenix will continue to rise. Ladies and gentlemen, let us stand and welcome the Honorable Parliamentary Rep for Castries South, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, to the platform. He is a product of St. Lucia, a damn proud Lucian.
Thank you very much, Alison. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me recognize my colleague, Cabinet Minister, Sister Emma Hippolyte from the constituency of Soufrière Foster Jacques. Let me recognize the General Secretary of the St. Lucia Labour Party, Comrade Leo Clark. Let me recognize Ambassador Peter Lansico, and thank you so very much for your kind words and your inspirational words earlier today. Let me recognize all members of the National Council who are present, recognize the chairperson and other executive members of the Castries South constituency group. Tonight, I want to share with you a few of my thoughts on what has happened in our constituency, and to also indicate to you the magnitude of the task which is before us. And at the end of it, I hope you get a sense of what it is we need to do as we move forward over the next few months. I also want to say to you that the Prime Minister spoke with me last night, and said to me that he wants to say a few words to you tonight, and that I have my phone with me. He told me he was going to be on the road, but he was going to try to make the effort to share a few words with you in Castries South and the Labour family. I want to also thank the constituents of Castries South for the patience that you have shown for the last 3 years. I have a task leading 3 very important ministries, and it does take a lot, especially traveling. I am grateful to the Prime Minister and my cabinet colleagues for the support that they have given, especially when I need to be out. And of course, as always, I feel privileged to be asked by the Prime Minister to serve in his cabinet. I can also say to you, Mondays are some of the most amazing days. Sitting with my colleagues, discussing, debating, and deciding on the future of this country. And I can tell you, despite whatever you may hear anywhere, as a cabinet, we work together as a team. My constituents, I'm really grateful, really grateful. And earlier today in our closed session, it was really touching for those of you who expressed support for myself, the work that we're doing, but even more importantly, for the St. Lucia Labour Party, and for our deep conviction that we must always put you first. Your words earlier today reassured me that we are doing the right thing. That we may not be perfect, we are not perfect. We may make mistakes, but you feel comfortable knowing that we care about you and will always put you first. You see, over the next few days, we'll have a special celebration in St. Lucia. Julian Alfred comes home to join her Lucian family and to celebrate her achievements. At the center of that celebration is the community of Sisera. At the center of that celebration. And when she lands on Tuesday and that motorcade hits the top of the mountain and it starts coming down the hill, it will be, she's saying to the entire world that this is where I come from. And look at where I am, at the top of the pinnacle, at the pinnacle of achievement at the Olympics. It will be a powerful statement of what we can achieve. That forget where you're from. Forget all the challenges you've been through. You can conquer the world. And Julian, when she comes to the Sisera Combined School on first day for the unveiling of the mural, will be making that exact statement that I can achieve despite coming from Sisera. But for Julian to succeed, I must say to you, you need a St. Lucia Labour Party. You need a St. Lucia Labour Party. Because when all is said and done, you will recall what Sean Edwards had to go through because of the support that he gave to make sure an individual that did not have the capability could get the support from government for them to achieve. Whatever was said about him, the persecution he had to go through, it was because of a firm belief that we must support persons like Julian. And forget all the masquerading they're doing. Forget all about it. It was a deep, deep conviction that we have in the Labour Party that we must always fight to put our people first. We did it with Darren Sammy. It's not the first time it has happened. We did it with Darren Sammy. And you know what? There'll be many more to come. Why? Because the St. Lucia Labour Party is working. And I'm saying all of that to tell you, when my comrades earlier today spoke of all the assistance that they've gotten, of the work we are doing, it is a continuation of that belief that we must put our people first. When you hear talk about the youth economy, about MSME, when you hear about community tourism, it is because of that. It is because of that belief that we must always put people first. And the Labour Party is delivering, is working. You just have to reflect the first days of a Labour Party coming into government. One of the first things we did was to say to parents, you would not have to pay fees anymore. Government school fees would be no longer a headache for you. Among the first things we did was to say to parents, we'll give you that support you needed. I was in opposition, and every summer back to school was a get any support to help my constituents so that the children can go back to school. Can I tell you, this year, my office, we helped over 550 children with back-to-school support. I need you to reflect on that. Over 550 children who were assisted by this St. Lucia Labour Party. It's another example of that conviction that we must put people first. I stood up in the House and I made the point that too many constituents were coming to me needing medical assistance, and we could not give it to them. Elderly persons telling you they had to skip a day for the medication to stretch it because they could not pay for the medication. But the Labour Party, this Labour Party, we've ensured that every parliamentarian gets resources. Everyone. Not only Labour Party parliamentarians. Every single one would get assistance that would allow them to help their constituents who cannot afford to buy medication to get support to buy it. This St. Lucia Labour Party. So don't mind Alan Chasney and Bradley. If they want, they can use the allocation the Prime Minister gives them to ensure that they can take care of their constituents. They never did it for us, but we do it for them because we care about people. We are putting people first. Housing repair. We don't have a lot to repair every house in the constituency, but we ensure that we have resources that we can the most critical needs of our constituents. And why do we do it? Because we care about the people in our constituency. And I can go on and on to give you examples of how this government is working for the people. But I'm going to tell you something. October 1st, I want all of us in the Labour Party to call it National Livable Wage Day. National Livable Wage Day. And we have to spread it all over that as of the 1st of October, for the first time ever, St. Lucia will have a national livable wage. 13,000 St. Lucians will get an increase in their salary because of this Labour Party government passing a national livable wage. And let me tell you, you need to almost take a deep breath and reflect on this. 13,000 persons will benefit and will get an increase in salary because we are putting people first. On the 1st of October. And I want Lisa and her team to put out enough flyers all over to tell St. Lucians, 13,000 St. Lucians will benefit from that decision. And you know what UWP did? They criticized it and said we were not putting it high enough. They were in power. They did nothing about it. And within 3 years, we were able to introduce a national livable wage. This is what this Labour Party government is about. And 2 weeks ago, the Prime Minister announced support for persons wanting to buy houses. And you'll hear more about it in the coming weeks. Again, providing more support for persons who want to invest and own their own home in St. Lucia. And the Prime Minister will be making an announcement about the housing projects that will be coming under the Labour Party. But I'll come back to this in a while. This Labour Party promised you that we're going to put you first. And you look at education, you look at health, you look at agriculture. Across all sectors, we've been very deliberate to make sure we put people first and we provide support for the people. Now let me say a bit about my own portfolios. Tourism, as you know, is what is driving this economy. Tourism is driving it. And from day one, we said we wanted a tourism industry that was different to what existed. Tourism is our natural resource. The sun, the warmth of our people, our extraordinary beauty in this country, it belongs to all St. Lucians. It's a common heritage of all St. Lucians. And therefore, the benefits of it must be spread among all St. Lucians. That is the deep philosophical belief we have. And therefore, we're going to structure the tourism industry in a way where more St. Lucians can participate in it and start owning it. That's what the Labour Party is about. And we went out and we worked hard, and Thaddeus Antoine and his team and at the ministry, for us to structure the industry in a way where more St. Lucians can start owning the tourism industry. And we fought hard, and we continue to fight hard to bring record numbers of visitors to St. Lucia. Because more persons who come into St. Lucia means more money is spending, and therefore St. Lucians will get more out of it. We're very clear in our minds what it is we want to do. It is why we set up the Community Tourism Agency, to say to St. Lucians who cannot qualify for a loan, but have an idea as to how they can benefit from tourism, to join the Community Tourism Agency. But we did more than that. We did more than that. We said, you know, if you want a loan, the interest rate will be lower than any bank. But we'll even go further. 1/3 of the money you need, we'll give it to you as a grant. So I'm hoping people like Sister Merlin can benefit from it. Can benefit from it. She's an outstanding cook. She has a good vibe in Moshi. You can't get a loan in the bank, my sister. Go to the Community Tourism Agency. That's why the Labour Party set it up for St. Lucians who do not have backer, who do not have big name, do not have land and resources, but they want to be part of it. And they believe they have an idea. Go to the Community Tourism Agency. That's what it is about. Empowering our people. Sometimes we are afraid to tell our people that you must go and you must generate and you must accumulate and you must earn wealth. We must not be afraid to tell our people who are disadvantaged, dispossessed, that you must always encourage your children to make it in society too. We don't want our children to continue to be struggling and hustling and don't get opportunity. No, we want our children to be lawyers, doctors, engineers. We want them to be songwriters, fashion designers. We want them to be international chefs. We want our children to be better than our generation. My mother wanted her children to be better than her. And the Labour Party is about giving the opportunity for all our children. It is why we decided every household must have a child that went to university. Because when you go to university, your earning capacity increases. You're better able to help your family. And the St. Lucia Labour Party says, we are working hard to make sure every single household can send a child to university. It is why we have established the UniPass. It is why this government is giving so many scholarships every year for the children of families that cannot afford it, can send their children to university to become lawyers and doctors and engineers. Because we want our children to earn a piece of St. Lucia too. St. Lucia does not belong to one small clique, one small group. It belongs to all of us. All of us have a right to benefit from it. And the Labour Party is about creating opportunities, creating it, supporting. But not only the persons who are disadvantaged. Philip J. Pierre did something that was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Millions of dollars was owed to this government, to the government of St. Lucia. Not this government like the Labour Party, but the government of St. Lucia. For taxes they did not pay. Or could not pay, whichever one. And they had all the, penalties that they had to pay because they did not pay the tax. And Philip J. Pierre said, look, if you just come and pay what you owe the government, we waive in all the penalties, all the surcharges for you. Just come and pay what you've owed. And some of those persons owing for more than 15, 20 years. Oh, there he is calling me now. He must be heard I call his name. Can you give me 1 minute? Let me just... I just mentioned your name. I'm sure the crowd wants to hear. No, I'm speaking out. So. All right. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi. How is everybody? Doing well? That's good. So, I'm really sorry I can't be here with you today. I'm very sorry. If I was here, if I was in St. Lucia, I would be with you. But I'm sure that you're in good hands. I want you to continue. I want to thank you for the support that you've been giving to Dr. Hilaire and the Labour Party. I want you to... Dr. Hilaire is working extremely hard for the people of St. Lucia. And sometimes I put a lot of pressure on him because I want him to do more. And he wants me to use all the government treasury in Castries South. So you have a wonderful representative. I'm very happy to work with him. We work as a team. And I'll tell you something. Castries East always works with Castries South. Now, last time, your votes were too close to mine. My votes have to get more than yours, right? Never. All right, okay. Let's see. I'm really sorry. Sorry. But keep on the good work. What's coming up is difficult. We have an opposition that will do anything to be in power. They will lie, they will manipulate, they will actually try to bring the country down just for them to get into government. But we have to remain focused. We have to, as I say, we have to do what? Keep our eyes. We have to keep our eyes on the prize. So let's keep our eye on the prize, because we want to be able to continue the work that we're doing for St. Lucia. There are a lot of plans for Castries South. These plans are going to be veiled very soon. A lot of plans for Castries South. You will surely be satisfied. So thanks for your support. Thanks for what you do. And let's keep focused. Let's not allow ourselves to be derailed by the lies and the attacks. It's going to get worse. I can assure you the lies are going to get worse moving forward. Because as they see that they're losing, they're going to get more desperate. Look out for that. Stay focused. Keep your eye on the prize and continue to support the Labour Party and Dr. Ernest Hilaire. Take care. Enjoy your session. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thanks, Prime Minister. So I was making the point, and we really had the Prime Minister can get a few days rest, because when he comes back, there's so much work to be done. That the Prime Minister said the government is not only about helping persons who are disadvantaged, dispossessed. We must also help the middle class. We must also help the business as well, because all of us must be part of it. All of us must be part of the solution. And let me tell you, no government has given more concessions and incentives and support for the private sector like this government has done. No government. And I can tell you, Sister Emma, she makes duty that she is in touch with the private sector. She listens to them, to cabinet, and argues and fights, make sure that government also provides support for them. And it is showing. For 3 years, we've had economic growth in this country. Under Philip J. Pierre, we moved from one of the worst in the world under Alan Chasney to now unprecedented economic growth in this country. And it's going to get better. It's going to get better. So all the work that we're doing, taking care of people who are in need, we cannot take care of everybody one time, but we are doing the best we can, and you are seeing it. And we also take care of the business sector, and the country is prospering. Let me tell you, right now, just take Ridgeway, Rodney Bay. Atlas is building a hotel at Mount Pimad. There are about over 100 persons working. In the next month, it'll go up to 300. Right next to it, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, the Mystic Hotel and Starfish Hotel will be broken down for a hotel to be built along that that beachfront. Across by the Pope site, on October the 14th, the Rodney Bay City Center complex will start construction. Just in that area alone, almost 1,000 jobs will be created over the next 2 months. Under the Labour Party, under the St. Lucia Labour Party, and so many more projects will start under the St. Lucia Labour Party. Housing, in construction, in manufacturing, in agriculture, and there are many more projects that will be announced. So what does UWP do? They will destroy the country. They will destroy it. And the Prime Minister spoke about lies and misinformation. And you know when they really got scared? When they heard Prime Minister, they heard Ernest Hilaire and other ministers start talking about how the CIP can now be used for the people of St. Lucia. That's what really hurt them. Because for 5 years, you did not know how to use the money. And they now talk about where the money gone. Because they know they're spreading lies. Because they heard we introduced an infrastructure option where we can get investors to use the CIP to improve the country. And we announced Rockall is going to start with a housing development. We'll do one in Ancillary. And they heard we have about $100 million US to repair roads and to do community projects. They got scared. And in their mind, they must prevent that from succeeding. Prevent that from succeeding. So a man named Martinez is in St. Kitts, having problems with St. Kitts. They decide they're going to invite him to bring St. Lucia involved in it. Because their objective is to destroy it. Because if it succeeds and Philip J. Pierre gets more money to do more work in St. Lucia, they are finished. So here, Alan Chasney, we must win this election, because if we don't win it, we are finished. He said it himself. He said it himself, that if they do not win the next election, they are finished. Because he knows that this government is working, that this government is delivering, and people have confidence in this government. So he must destroy it. I'm not worried. I have colleagues that support me, give me strength. I have family, I have friends. I have my constituents that give me strength. And I smile every day. I wake up, I say my prayers. I make sure I take care of my physical, my spiritual fitness. And let me tell you, I drive down to work with an eagerness to work hard for this country and for my constituency. So I'm always smiling. And Martinez says, when he finishes with me, I will stop grinning, I will stop smiling. He can never stop me from smiling, as long as this government is delivering for the people of St. Lucia. Never stop smiling. Now, there's so much I can tell you about Castries South. This country is doing well. And it is going to get better. Trust me. You see what Philip J. Pierre has achieved for the last 3 years? That's just a start. The plan was for us to stabilize the economy, for us to start getting growth, and then now for us to project higher. The higher phase is about to come. So if you think they are already afraid by what we achieved, just watch when Philip J. Pierre delivers the next budget. Silai Yokaipe. Mark my words. It's going to get better. That's what Philip J. Pierre did. Come in, because he knows what he's going to drop on them. That's what they're afraid of. You see, Castries South, don't worry. A lot of things have to happen in Castries South too. Now, I have to make sure which of my colleagues are there before I start talking. Because Mavli, you have moins. Because, no, but let me tell you, Emma, that will have things happening for her. Let me put out Emma business. Let me tell you. See, Emma kika ini bagay. Because, and that's important, because we recognize the importance of Soufrière to St. Lucia. Soufrière is the best known place in St. Lucia internationally. It has the Peters. Well, now it's Cicera. That's true. Emma, no paseo. Now it's Cicera. Now it's Cicera, Emma. But it has the Peters. Soufrière is the custodian of the Peters and the Sulphur Springs. And it is a treasure that Soufrière holds for the rest of St. Lucia. So we need to treat Soufrière in a special way to make sure that the best of Soufrière always comes out to the fore. And Sister Emma have so much energy working to make sure that vision is realized. And you will be hearing more when some of the plans for Soufrière waterfront will be released. But Castries South will have a lot, I can tell you. Well, Juju, we at a different level already. We're the only place in you can find gold and silver. So let me tell you something. And I just want you to hear this. So we're doing some work on the playing field. We put in lights. We already do the slab for our outdoor gym. Very soon we'll be setting up our outdoor gym. We put in some seating. We've already done the surface. We're going to put a changing room, baths and toilets, whatnot. And some of the surrogates of UWP. Oh, we don't know what we are about. We're not doing anything. We don't have no drawings. We don't have anything. And I said to myself, can you imagine that? UWP, when I was in opposition, a friend of mine donated lights for me to put on the field. Kenny Anthony had approved through the NLA to redo the surface of the field. UWP came into power. They stopped the project for 5 years. I had the lights. I said to them, look, I am going to put the lights on the field. I just need permission. They told me, do not put it. just before elections, Big Daddy came on the field, put up 4 poles. Each pole had 1 light on it, electricity poles. And he put a generator and he lit the lights. And he had an event. They got so vexed that people did not turn out. They take the generator and they gone with it. And that was how they left Cicero playing field. The Labour Party came in. We've prepared the surface and we're going to finish the playing field, but they find we're not doing a good job. And they're actually telling young people that. Can you imagine the audacity of UWP? Well, our playing field will finish shortly. Our light poles will go up next week. We'll have modern lights. And we'll have our seating, our changing room. We will have our outdoor gym. And Cicero, the birthplace, the home of Juju, will have a proper playing field under the St. Lucia Labour Party. But we're going to do more than that. Let me tell you, in Basse Joseph, the United Workers' Party stopped the repair of the road in Basse Joseph to spite me. Honorable Stevenson King announced in the House that they were going to redo the road and the Basse Joseph road. Because he said to me, Ernest, the roads are in a mess. I must do that. They stopped it. Guy Joseph stopped it. The board went up with all the details of the road to be repaired. They stopped it. The Labour Party came in and they said, we're doing it. The community center in Basse Joseph was started by Robert Lewis. The government changed. They stopped it. And for 5 years, nothing happened on the community center. It will now be officially open in the next few weeks. It will be open officially in the next few weeks. And you know they have the audacity. They go to Basse Joseph to campaign because they say they're representing Tommy Descat. So they're all over Basse Joseph saying they're going and campaign for Tommy Descat. The same people that stopped the road, the same people that stopped the community center want to go back to the people now and say, we love you. We care about you. There's one party that cares about people, and that's the St. Lucia Labour Party. St. Lucia Labour Party. So, Cicero needs a community center. Cicero is one of the largest communities in St. Lucia. One of the largest. And we don't have a community center. So one will be built. And the Prime Minister said a lot of big things going to be coming to Castries South. And that's one of them. The Minister of Health in the budget said that they are going to start the process of identifying where they're going to put a modern health center for Cicero. And I'm looking forward to the process because we need a proper health center in Cicero as well. Cicero alone has about 5,000 people from the top to the bottom. You can't have a community that size and not have basic facilities such as these. In Fuasho, ever since I was a little boy, is on the road, you play football, you play cricket. Never had any sporting facility. In the next few weeks, the court in Fuasho will finally begin. That land was acquired by Kenny Anthony and Robert Lewis to put a court in thing. The government changed. They did not build it. Well, it's going to be built this time. And I can go on and tell you so much that's going to happen in Castries South. You can see the Mon Lay being rebuilt bigger and better than what was there before. And I can assure you, by the time election comes, Castries South will be a different Castries South. Totally different. Because the St. Lucia Labour Party cares about people. Cares about people. Now, I was going to speak to you a bit about CIP and share a few things with you, but maybe tonight is not the night for that. Tonight is a night for us to be proud of what we've achieved as a government and as a party. There'll be a time when I will answer. Because I've said to them for 3 years, I wanted to be the minister who worked hard in tourism and did all I had to do and ensure I supported the Prime Minister for us to get this going. I was not going to be distracted in any political fights with them. If I have to defend myself, I'll defend myself. But they're launching their campaign tomorrow, they say. They're selecting their candidates. They had a runoff. My friend who's like family, Leo's Ticaro, go and put himself in runoff. And he ended up choosing one they call Tommy Descartes, who works at the Caribbean Development Bank. I don't know how he can be a candidate and work at a regional institution, but leave that alone. So they said they're starting their campaign. Now, if they start their campaign, we have to start too. No? Because you can't start your campaign and we're going to start too. So I want to tell all of you, get your sneakers ready. Ladies, get your tights ready. Guys, get yourselves ready. Because if it's campaign they want, the campaign will start from our side as well. And we will start hitting the ground and show them what it is like to campaign in Castries South. So, get ready. But the important thing I want you to always remember is that they will do anything to win the next elections. Anything. Because they know if they lose the next elections, they finish according to Chastney. He said it. So you have a task. You have to stay focused. We must stay together as one. We must have the unity and the togetherness. And I really thank my constituency group because we work together as a team. And let me tell you, we're very active and we make sure we stay focused. My campaign team, I'm signaling to you all to get ready. Because if they're campaigning and they're moving around introducing their candidate, we will have to start showing them what it is going to be like. Let us stay focused. This country is moving forward. The economic growth has to continue. We must create more employment. We must create more jobs. But more importantly, we must improve the quality of the lives of our people. Create more jobs for the people of St. Lucia. Improve their housing, improve their health care. Make sure government services work for the people. And let's continue to take St. Lucia forward. The St. Lucia Labour Party has a vision for this country. A vision where every single St. Lucian can get an opportunity to make their life better. They can own a piece of St. Lucia, a piece of land. They can own a house. Their child can get a chance to go to the university. Not only to just be a lawyer or a doctor, they can be a sports professional if they want, which is why we started a semi-pro football league, and very soon we will start a semi-pro cricket T20 league. Because if your child wants to be a sports person like Juju, because she has proven it can happen, the government will give you the support to make it happen. And our vision is about creating opportunities. If you're in the middle class and you want to be able to buy your house, but you have problems and challenges, the government will put the facilities in place for you to get the financing. Easier than ever before in the history of this country. If you're a small business person who dreams of having your own little business, you will be able to go to Ministry of Commerce and get the support. If it's tourism, you can go to the Community Tourism Agency. Creating the opportunities for our people. Economic empowerment of our people. Our people must not stay behind and let one small clique own the resources of this country. We must fight against that. And I can say to you, I have a lot of faith in the leadership of this country, Philip J. Pierre, and in the leadership of my cabinet colleagues. And I know when the time comes, the people of St. Lucia will show the confidence that they have in them. Let's continue to work together. Let us mobilize. Let's get ready. Because it's not going to be an easy fight. They've never had politics as nasty, as malicious, as vindictive as what we have right now. But we're going to defeat it. We're going to defeat it with righteousness. We're going to defeat it by preparing ourselves, organizing ourselves, and selling our message to the people of St. Lucia. The children that are going to Sir Arthur and are getting scholarships to go to Sir Arthur will see the wisdom in what this government is doing. The young people who are getting scholarships to go overseas will see the wisdom. Those who go to the youth economy, to the Community Tourism Agency, will see the wisdom in what this government is doing. Those who will finally be able to get housing will see the wisdom in which this government is doing. And this is what the Labour Party is about. And this is my message to you this afternoon. After 3 years, we've done a lot, but we'll do a lot better in the coming 2 years. And when the Prime Minister is ready, whenever that is, to call the elections, we will be ready for that election. If there is, you're ready already. I'll tell you something. If there is one thing we should not allow to happen, is Alan Chasney becoming Prime Minister of St. Lucia again. Let me tell you. I listened to Alan Chasney speak. A man who said colonialism had a conscience. Now, I don't know how many of you really understand what that means, you know. I want you one day to sit down and to just in your mind break up that statement. Break it up. Slavery was the worst treatment ever given to human beings. It's the worst human beings have ever been treated. It was during slavery. And for a man to say to you that institution called slavery had a conscience, meaning that it cared about the people that it involved. It cared, slavery cared. That's what it means. It says it had a conscience. It means it did not do anything it thought was bad. When somebody tells you have no conscience, it means you don't think you're doing anything that's bad. And when a man tells you slavery had a conscience, he's telling you it did not really do anything bad. And then he stands up, I think it must have been in New York, to talk about what the white man did. Now, you've said to me slavery had a conscience, and then you want to tell me about what the white man did? I don't care what the white man did. Is that how you see it in your mind? That you have done things as the white man for St. Lucia? Let me tell you, I don't know about you, but I feel very offended by that statement. And then I remember that's the same person that called us jackasses and to let us bray. You must never let the people of St. Lucia forget that, because you will get worse than that. Because he will make you pay for voting him out the last time. He will make you pay. Well, I know what he'll try and do to me. I know already. But he will make you pay because you will rude an outer place to vote him out of office. And all of y'all will have to pay the price for that. And St. Lucia will have to pay the price for that. So when I started off and I told you the magnitude of what we have before us, this is even more than just the economy and delivering. This is about making St. Lucians pay a price for removing him as Prime Minister. And worse, to give it to Philip J. Pierre, that black boy from Masha. That hurt him. Let me tell you, I sit in the house and I can see the hatred when he looks at Philip J. Pierre. I can feel it. I can see it. We must not let it happen. So, brothers and sisters of labor, the battle lines will be drawn. But what will carry us is because we care for people. We are putting people first. That is what is going to carry us to victory. That everyone must be part of our embrace. Everyone must be part of this journey. And that is what is going to give us victory. So, I know there is food, drink, for us to enjoy. The snacks and things are still there. And it's already getting late. And I've said enough for tonight. But we will be on the ground. We will be talking. And all the projects will be unveiled very soon. So, peace and love. Long live the St. Lucia Labour Party. Good night.
Powerful delivery by our own parliamentary rep. Let's put our hands together again and salute such a gentleman who continues to work hard for the benefits of the constituency and St. Lucia. Thank you so much, Dr. Hilaire. At this time, I would like to invite my namesake, Alison Mondesi. Sister Alison Mondesi will deliver the vote of thanks, and thereafter, we will break up and have a real party time right here in Castries South. heralding the start of celebrations to mark the return of our Queen. So without further ado, I am trying to find Sister right behind me, Sister Alison Mondesi.
Good evening, everyone. We stayed the course. We're good to go? All right. It has been such an honor to be a part of this annual general meeting. And on behalf of myself, Alison Mondesi, and the Castries South Constituency Executive, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guests, Honorable Emma Hippolyte, Honorable Dr. Virginia Albert Poyot, His Excellency Peter Lansico, our General Secretary, Mr. Leo Clark, and of course, Senator Lisa Jawaher, looking lovely this evening. Our parliamentary representative, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, you know we love you. Thank you. Sincere thanks to the Castries South Executive. I won't call the names, everyone's here right now. And of course, our constituency office staff who handle the logistics of this event throughout. So the food you're eating, the seats you're sitting in, everything has been handled by the staff and the executive. A wide round of applause and thanks to all the participants who made this event a memorable one. And finally, I would like to thank all of you present here for making the time to be with us here in Cicero today and helping us make this event a grand success. Thank you all so much.
Okay, to bring the curtains down on what has been a very... Okay, could you just bear with me as we acknowledge our head table and their departure from the stage. Okay, so earlier on, I watched the party song because the real McCoy was not in the house. And he's here right now, and I invite you to stand just before we go to our mass man, and he will lead us in the Everybody Vote for Labour. And I want to hear a rousing celebration of this walk to victory, this mobilizing and organizing to victory. I invite our General Secretary to lead us in this song.
I think you have the music, DJ. Everybody vote for Labour. Everybody vote for Labour.
Everybody vote for Labour. Everybody vote for Labour. Everybody vote for Labour. For Labour's right is yours.
Labour stands for free. Ready for the fight.
Labour stands for action. Are you ready for the fight? For we strive to fight for justice, peace and love for one and all. For Labour stands for action. Are you ready for the fight? For Labour's fight is on. Everybody vote for Labour. Everybody vote for Labour. Everybody vote for Labour. For Labour's fight is yours. Labour stands for freedom. Are you ready for it now? us to make our people free again. For labor stands for freedom. Are you ready for it now? For freedom's cause is yours. Everybody vote for labor. Everybody vote for labor. Everybody vote for labor. For labor's fight is yours. Labor stands for justice as we seek to gain our rights. Let us join our hands together as we march behind the star. Raise your voices loud and high, for labor's triumph is yours. For labor's triumph is yours. Everybody vote for labor. Everybody vote for labor. Everybody vote for labor. For labor's fight is yours.
This song was recorded at the cemetery in Fuasho. You know the studio belonging to Tisson? That's where this song was recorded. Both songs, in fact. And you know who were the people singing? Oliver Scott Sr., also from this constituency. And do you know who is the other person? The General Secretary. Thank you.
Thank you for that bit of trivia. Interesting to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are on your feet, and we will await the departure of the head table before we mash it up. You can keep on your feet as we welcome to the stage Papa Vader.
Yeah, man, Castries South. You know what to do. In the section. We're having a party now. You heard all the talk. You know what to do. But head up. Lucianers play their mass only once a year. But some politicians always play their mass down here. This year is nowhere. I had to form in a band to join the celebration. This band go be real tight. Colors go be so bright. Each politician leading a section. Why if you see them? Roofers. What? Taiwanese. Guy. The Poodles. Estefan leading. Banjo man. Marcus. Yeah, no section. Playing them ass.
Playing them ass.
Politician playing them ass. Playing them ass. Yeah.
Playing them ass.
Is to see them. Castries South, what you do? Stay in the section. Every time. Go out and let them know. Do you work, eh? Do all your work. Everybody get in the section and do what you have to do. Head up. The route have no pothole. A&M have that under control. I hear that the madman Alan want the whole of Soufre to join his section. True sponsor already. Leaders get the money. Ozzy serving bounty in VIP. Why if you see them? What's that man? The rebel. Arson leading. The kiddies. Dalson. The Peter section. What about Stevenson? Watch it. He is the king of the bar. Playing them ass.
Playing them ass.
Politician.
Playing them ass.
playing the mass is to see them. Castries South, stay in your section. Stay right where you are. Spread the news that the Labour Party is here to stay. We don't have to worry about safety. Like what they told us, eh? Maya's gonna provide security. And we all know the pit bull already. All the boys go be jumping with he from the House of Assembly. Master already. You go sweat that they mad. They getting on bad. One to them. Mondesi boy. Tuxedo. Ezekiel. Paibanan. Nicholas. The judges section. What about Tessa boy? Watch it. She is the playing the mass. Politician. Well, everybody know. Playing the mass. Is to see them. But what you do? Stay in the section. Now I couldn't come to Castries South and not acknowledge that we're in the land of Juju. My next selection is a special dedication to a strong Caribbean woman, a positive woman. I'm doing this one for Juju, eh? Now ladies, you're free to join in. We go in. Yeah. This one is about the Caribbean woman and the strength of the Caribbean woman at that. This one going out in Juju land to Juju. I know she must be watching. Hey! Hear that? When I knew you, girl, you could even talk, no? Hold your hand and teach you to walk. Since you come down from New York, baby, you have all them young boys going crazy. I remember you were so shy, mama, yeah. If a man did call you, you would have cried now. Teasing never seemed like your style. But now New York have you wild. When you walk and whine. Walk and whine and whine. When you walk and whine and shake the boom. Shake it. I want to thank you for having me this evening. And whine. When you walk and whine and walk and whine. When you walk and whine and shake the boom. Say, shake that. Whap. Shake it, shake it. Be proud of who you are. I hope all you ready for Juju Day. Right around the corner. We're celebrating big time. Whee! Hey! I know you've been here a long time. Been here all day, some of you. Don't want to keep you too long. Just want to send you home in a good mood tonight. Well, everybody. Ladies. Dudu, darling, I did not realize I would have to comment on your size now. The way you dress, it is so revealing, lady. And your background shaking like an earthquake, honey. I'm not trying to put you down, though. And you might be the sexiest thing around now. I ain't making no joke. Girl, everywhere you pass, you causing havoc. When you walk and whine. When you walk and whine. Walk and whine. When you walk and whine. Shake it. Yeah. Walk and whine. When you walk and whine. Walk and whine. When you walk and whine and shake the bumps. Yeah, man.
Whop. Shake it, shake it. Whop. How do Sarah girls move?
She wiggle and she walking and she driving me crazy. She wiggle, she walking, she shaking and she moves.
And them girls could run fast. I tell you, they could run away. Run away. Tout le monde, ouais, pas mêler. Ou pas garder. Mais pas toucher. Pas toucher. Uh-huh. Woo. Now my next selection, I want to dedicate this one to the district rep. I know he's been under a lot of pressure, but there's only one thing I want him to tell all the detractors and the haters. Selector, give me the next track. What there for a man, there for a man. What there for a man, there for a man. Hey! To all the detractors, all the liars, tell them there. They can't come back here again. Take it from me. From since I got this word, Lord, it causing up this gun all over tongue, mama. I'm telling you honestly, boy, success don't come easy. You have to be strong. After years of singing on free show, making bad and promoting Calypso Waters, my reward. Oh God. Thank God Lucia recognize and divide the Peter Gold award. So all them cockly I Calypsonia and into radio station there. It's by Ama, you should hear Pele, the things that they say he say, but some in high society say should be Pep instead of me, but bear. For me, Calypso always came first. Who God bless the one could curse at all. Hear that, Mr. Healer? You can't curse at all. Yodelay, 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 yodelay. Tell them. Beleles, beleles, beleles. No, Mr. District Rep, Mr. District Rep. Some may stand and criticize. They don't know the sacrifice that it entails, my friend. For you to fulfill your dream, try no matter how hard it seems, keep fighting to the end. Forget the negative that people say. Mind the obstacles they put in your way. Some don't want to see you succeed. Always think positively, cause it's you control your destiny. So all them lang tatar and move lang, gossiping all over town, bear. Hard work and dedication should be your main ambition. So if it's people business you minding, you're not contributing one damn thing. So bear. As for when we're pamele, so planté, c'est ça qu'on récolter. Easy, papa. Come. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Hey, boom. Beleles, beleles, beleles. They call me the. We're dancing, we're dancing. There you go. Woo. Mr. DJ, you run things. Mr. DJ, run things. You want to go home. Come. This one goes out to you. I want you to put all your sword in the air like soldiers, and you're ready for battle. And you're going out there. And anyone who step in your way, what you gonna do them? Ling, ting, ling, ting, ling, ting. Took them. How are we doing them, you know? That's what we doing them this election. Hey, that, eh? Them young Calypsonian who calling Papa old man take warning. This year go be easy for them. Soca brat to stop me, no. You know why? You know why? Sent on a mission by the Creator, in full armor like a crusader. My strength is lyrics and melody. Determination must bring me victory. I want to let them to know that. Just like Richard the Lion had, I come to fight to save me crown tonight. Webson, South, Duke, in the Pampalam. But there we go. Bling, ting, ling, ting, 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 ting. In the Pampalam. For the coming election. Undertaker, hear that? Magilla. Mahandra. What we do? John T. Yadi. Spice. Hey. We're joking them for the election. How we doing? I want to sing that whole song, eh? I want to sing that whole song. Hey! Now hear that, eh? Here we going on. Them record shop order, who bleeding entertainer, take one, hey! Before we produce a CD, they pirating already, yes! But you know what? You know what? I hope that all of them listening, those who are masters at mixing, I want it to stay on the mind. All those who having a fun time, I will stop this practice unfair to the artists. Continue on this war. Now, war. What is all? Ling, ting, ling, ting, ling, ting. In the pampalam. But there we go. Ling, ting, ling, ting, ling, ting, ling, ting. In the pampalam. For the new millennium, Straker, WB, Charlie, Bridge Street, Marian Street, down by Jeremy, Massive and Crew. Well, now some serious business coming your way. Some serious business coming your way. Castries South. I hope all you're ready for it. I hope all you're ready. Remember to go out there and let your friends and your neighbors know only one way to go. St. Lucia Labour Party. The future of this country. All them politicians who lacking in performance, take one day. Because pretty soon will be elections. The sword in the hands of Lucians, yes. But at the same time, I hope that all Lucians understand. You have the power of the future in your hand. Disregard all this sweet talk. Judge each man according to his work. Plenty will finish in clothing, promising, delivering nothing. I say to you, even they're going to get looked to. No! Where's the song? Ling, ting, ling, ting. Let me go! In the pampalam. Let me go. Ling, ting, ling, ting. Ling, tang, pung, tang, ling, tang, ping, tang. In the pampalam. For the new men, those in high position, those in opposition, those in administration. Those who forget the poor man for the next election, we have no obligation. Undertaker. It's been a ball being here with you tonight. I want you to remember, it's only one party. Labour Party. Now I want to leave you with a song which I just released. But I don't really know the song, and I don't want to come and forget no lyrics here tonight. So I could just leave you with that song. Give me Working Good. We got a good thing going on. We got a good thing going on. Listen to the lyrics. And until we meet again, peace, love, Kaiso. They putting up a new building, but some detractors, they in a pack. On social media, they on the attack. They just want to mess with your mind. Progress, they can see, I think that they blind. This government working, oh boy, government working good. You person Castries and Soufre, hotels building everywhere. This government working, oh yeah, they working as they should. This year of infrastructure, euros like never before. We got a good thing going on. A good thing going on. We got a good thing going on. A good thing. Claude is here, I gotta go. 3 years of economic growth. Our country now has more
someone.